Welcome to Trainer Talk.
I'm Devan Kline. This is Matt Morris. We are here.
We're back
in the lab, baby. Let's do it. We have 3 questions for you today. We're also going to be showing you some exercises. This is the Burn Boot Camp podcast, a segment that Matt and I do called Trainer Talk. Welcome. And we do this every week, so make sure you subscribe and that you hang out with us. We are not going anywhere. We started this during 2020, during the pandemic, when everyone was sitting at home and they just wanted to get their knowledge game up, and you all loved it so much. So we wanted to bring it back bigger and better than ever. That's what we're here doing. We got 3 questions. Matt, what are they?
First question, does water really make a difference in your fitness journey? Question 2, how much caffeine should I drink? And the last one we're going to talk about is the 3 best fat burning exercises you can do right now to burn some fat off.
All right, question number 1. Does water really make a difference in my fitness journey? And let me tell you something right now. Absolutely. It may, like, if you are dehydrated and you become a hydrated person, there are studies that show that you actually can increase your metabolism by 30%. What would happen if you increased your metabolism by 30%? You would start seeing results right away, and it's just from the simple act of drinking water. Okay, now, the first thing, it is completely asinine to say you don't like water. Okay, can we just get that off the table? Like take that off the table. We can't not like water. Well, I get it. Some people might not like the taste of water, but there's no taste. So what do you like? What
You're drinking well water? Or
and if you are one of those people that, for whatever reason, have a weird relationship with water, that's why we created Replenish. All right, our intra workout with electrolytes to make your water taste good. Other than that, we got to fall in love with water because it is 72% of our entire body mass, our body weight is water. You can't not like water because you are water. You are made up of water. And so we need to make sure that on a daily basis, we are intaking enough water to keep us healthy. I like this range right here for you to get started. Half your body weight in ounces of water to your entire body weight in ounces of water, okay? If you go Google, like, how much water should I drink? You're gonna get so many random answers from 3 gallons a day to water's not important, okay? And let me tell you, we've done this thousands of times with you if you're a member. You've even talked to us about this before. Yes. We have given you the same advice. Body weight in ounces of water to half your body weight in ounces of water. That is your range per day. Now, how do we do that, Matt? I'm gonna give them 1 tip, and then I want you to give them 1 tip on how you get your water throughout the day. Here's my tip. I like to knock out half of it. I do body weight in ounces every day. I like to knock out half of that before I leave the house in the morning. I literally just sit in my kitchen while I am going through some things for the day or helping the kids, and I will chug. I call it my hydration event, and I do it every morning, and it gives me all of the hydration that I need for the day before I even leave. And then the rest of the day, if I'm drinking water, that's just bonus. That's on top. That's house money, if you will. So for me, that helps me so much. Hydration event every day. And I don't like to drink out of like small mouthed water bottles for whatever reason. I like to drink out of big open face or in a straw. And Defiance Fuel obviously is the company that I've made an investment into because of their structured water nature and the magnetic enhancements that really, if without getting too scientific on you guys, it really correlates to the human physiology, okay? And it really allows that water to, if you taste it, you can kind of get the sensation that it's like absorbing very quickly because it's symbiotic and one with your body, okay? So that's structured water, but at the end of the day, water is water. It's all H2O, and it can be very overstated how important the pH levels of water are. And so as long as you're drinking water, listen, Matt and I grew up in Battle Creek, Michigan. We've known each other since we were 12 years old. We drank out of the hose. That's what we did. We drank out of the hose and we drank out of the kitchen sink.
Yes.
All right, and we're still standing. So we don't want to be those trainers who are giving you all of these like rigid tips that aren't practical. We want Trainer Talk to be something that mirrors how we actually all really live life.
Yep. My practical tip, guys, for you guys to increase your water consumption between that range that Devan talks about, half your body weight to your body weight, is pair every meal with 12 to 16 ounces of water. Why? Well, it's going to help you get that goal that Devan talked about, that range, but it's also going to help the digestion of the food you eat, okay? So pair a meal with 12 to 16 ounces of water, and you for sure are going to hit that range that Devan talked about. So those are pretty good. I mean, those are the practical advice that we live by. Devan chugs in the morning. Every meal I have, I pair it with a glass of water. So that's how I hit my water goals.
What we're doing when I say it will increase your metabolism, your basal metabolic rate by up to 30%, okay? And just getting that H2O in if you get half your body weight to your body weight. Okay.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
30%.
Low-hanging fruit, baby. Pick it. Pick that low-hanging fruit. We're gonna go over here and I'm gonna show you guys at our fitness demonstration area, I'm gonna show you burn bar tricep dips. All right, now we have a lot of different variations of this because there's a lot of different strength potentials that are in the gym. And all of you, and I'll start at the hardest one, the most difficult one, all of you are going to progress here. And I'm not going to get super crazy and do a bunch of acrobatic stuff, but we're all...
says that now. We're watching.
Okay, we're going to all progress to where my feet are suspended off the ground. I lower down, my triceps are nice and parallel with the ground, and then I press back up. That is what I want to see right there, all right? Every one of you have the strength potential to do that. What you now have to do is work backwards in this progression to be able to get there. All right. The next thing that you're going to do from here is place one foot on the ground and then alternate every 2 reps. Okay. So that's just another. Now I have just as much as I need on that back foot to go down for 1. Again, triceps parallel to the ground, and then I'm going to switch it. Okay. Then that's obvious from there that you could go both feet on the ground. Now, sometimes this is still a lot, and what I'll see is that we'll go down, and then in order for us to get back up, we'll have to extend our knees and then really get our hips up above our shoulders and then kind of do this like push-up motion back. Okay, this is a tricep dip. Okay, this is a push-up. This is an incline push-up. Okay, and then a tricep dip is I'm letting those legs hang if they were free. So if I'm setting my toes down, I'm hanging first, setting them down right where they would naturally hang. You follow me so far?
Yes.
All right, so then the next thing that I'm going to do if I need to progress, and I'm still not able to have good form here, is I'm gonna move 1 foot inside of my body. Now I have this split leg lunge motion. I'm gonna, same thing, go down, keep my chin out front on a shelf. Now I'm using this downside leg here, this front leg, just to give me as much help as I need to get back up. Okay, and then again, you can go to double if you need to, and you can just kind of sit down in it. Sometimes, based on your height, at this motion or at this level of the modification, you may have to step out in front of the bars too, and that's perfectly fine. And I have to do that because I'm 6'1", but I've also seen a lot of people be able to sit right in here and kind of dip down nice and low and just use those legs. The most important thing, y'all, on this motion, okay, is range of motion.
Yes.
Range of motion. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see the chicken pecs. Okay, I don't want to see you guys eating the chicken food out there like this. Okay, that's not the motion, all right? So you're bending your elbows, you're keeping your elbows nice and tight. Think about being in a hallway, all right? And then that chest, okay, you're gonna use it a little bit, but you're really trying to pin those elbows in behind you, and you're really trying to drive that belly button to your spine, and then press up through the tricep, okay? So that's the range of motion. Again, we're talking, you want to be in the hypertrophy range, the muscular development range. You want to be from 8 to 15 reps here, and
close to failure.
Get to failure every single time. So let me see. Then from there, all you're going to do, if that is still too much for you, then you're just going to move upright. You're going to not use the bars quite yet, and we're going to move you to develop those triceps, some stabilization. All right, we're going to do some tricep press downs just to get those muscles primed up and ready to go for this movement. Anything to add to that, Matt?
Yeah,
please.
I know, me and Devin have trained thousands of camps, and you've been probably to thousands of camps, is when we see a trainer demo it with our legs suspended, in my mind as a member, I'm like, all right, I'm doing suspended no matter what. Even if I can't suspend and go through the full range, I still want to do it. So as trainers, again, Devin's gone through, that was like 6 different mods. Yeah. There's like infinite amount. So if you are hell-bent on doing suspended dips, what can help you is a band. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, I've seen this, I've done this, I've seen trainers do it. It's again, they're gonna have some burn bars with a band. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop this around, okay? I'm gonna put this right on the black tape. Okay, so what this is gonna do for me as a member, for you, is if you are, again, really wanna do suspended dips, this band is gonna take weight off my body. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go down, the band's gonna stretch, Devin's cues I'm gonna use, but again, the hard part of the dip is getting back up, and what the band is gonna do is gonna assist you, it's gonna take some of your body weight off, it's gonna help you get up, and you're gonna go. Okay, so again, if you really wanna build up those suspended dips, Try the band also along with Devan's feet down as a way to build up to just you on that bar going up and down.
Okay. Now, I also want to show some of you who have been doing this for a while, all right, who got your fitness game strong. I want to show you what it looks like to load up, okay?
Woo!
I want to load up in this motion. So, Matt, go ahead and grab me a weight. For my goals, all right, I'm somebody that wants to be lean, wants to be athletic, wants to have a full frame. And so I'm going to stay in the hypertrophy range, which is 8 to 15 repetitions, okay, to complete failure. And I'm going to stay in that range. So if I can do over 15 reps and I'm unsuspended, now I'm getting myself into an endurance range, which is not going to help me. Okay, I need to stay in the rep ranges that I've identified with my goals. Okay, and our burn trainers are so amazing, and this OPT model that we've talked about in, I think it was episode 1. Yep. We talked about the OPT model. So check out episode 1 of Trainer Talk if you want to go in depth with that. But it teaches you all these things that we're talking about and gives you a little bit more in depth way to language these progressions. So Matt, go ahead and load me up back there because I can get down. All right, how many, Matt? 15?
Yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3. He's got 20 extra pounds back here. He's got to go. 6, 7, come on. 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way. 12, come on, we're there. 13, 14, got one more. Drive. 15.
So that actually was probably a little light. I know it looked like my face was like about to explode. It felt that way for sure. But that was probably a little light. Why? Because I got to 15 and I probably could have done 18. So then Matt, as in my head, as somebody that wants to gain muscle, I'm going to notice that. I'm going to notice that I didn't actually get to failure, and I'm going to increase my weight the next time. And obviously Matt is going to catch that, and he's going to make me lift the weights that are appropriate for me.
Yes.
Because we got 45 minutes every single day, and we need to cherish that 45 minutes. You get to spend your precious time with us building your body, and we want to make sure that you're maximizing your time. Matt,
Yes, we are.
Let's go to question number 2. How much caffeine should you
Okay, first we talked about water, which is important. Second thing we're going to talk about is probably about 99% of us use on a daily basis, unless you're Isaiah back here who says he doesn't drink any caffeine. I still don't believe him.
I think he's the only human on
He's
the planet
only
that
human
doesn't
being
drink
who doesn't use that is
caffeine.
caffeine. So you're probably asking yourself, how much should I drink? What's a safe amount? And there's a range you guys should live by on a daily basis. Okay, so obviously the bottom end of the range is 0 milligrams. You don't drink any caffeine. You're just all water or Diet Coke or whatever.
You got this type of energy. You don't even need the caffeine. Woo!
You're born that way, and again, you are a small percentage of the population who are that don't need any caffeine. The top end of the range, you do not want to get more than 500 milligrams in a day.
Woo!
You don't want to do it. And again, I would advise you not starting off this way if you're just like, tomorrow I'm going to be like, tomorrow's going to be the first day I drink caffeine ever. I'm going to drink 500 milligrams. I wouldn't do that either. Okay. Exercise, you progress in that, but the caffeine consumption on a daily basis, again, you don't want to start at 500. You want to build your way up through that range on a daily basis. Okay. The other thing about this is not drinking caffeine too close to when you go to sleep. Okay, so caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours. So what does that mean? 6-hour half-life. So if I drink 200 milligrams in a day, and say the last time of the day I get this 200 milligram is 2 o'clock, and I have a 6-hour half-life. That means by 8 o'clock, I still have 100 milligrams in my body, which is not 0. So ask yourself, do I have trouble falling asleep? Well, you might, because you stopped drinking caffeine at 2 o'clock and you still have 100 milligrams in your bloodstream, and that's why you might have a hard time sleeping. So if you ask yourself that and you're like, you know what, I do have trouble falling asleep, make this noon. Okay, so 6 o'clock, you have 100, and by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, this is closer to 0 when you go to sleep. Okay, so I get the caffeine, but again, don't go over 500 milligrams. Don't start off that high if you're going to start drinking caffeine, and then watch how late in the day you do drink it, because it will affect your sleep.
Ideally, what I recommend to most people that you would say like the 80th percentile who are kind of all, they're all drinking caffeine, right? And nobody is on the high end where they're drinking 500 milligrams like some of you crazy people out there. And nobody's on the low end at 0 for all you liars out there. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So 0 to 500, right? Okay, so you want to be in there. I recommend just like a practical tip is to stay right here and get this before your workout. And for those of us that work out in the morning, that's my favorite time to work out. I try to get that in before your workout.
And why is that important?
Well, because I want to, two things. If you're using Ignite, you're going to have, which is our product, our Burn Nutrition product. If you're using Ignite, you're going to have beta-alanine in it. Beta-alanine is basically like a lactic acid inhibitor, and lactic acid is the thing that makes you very sore, right? So like if I'm inhibited by my movements, of course, it's like very painful for me to walk up my stairs, of course I'm not going to go train my legs, right? So beta-alanine is an inhibitor, and it's going to help flush some lactic acid out. Because it does inhibit lactic acid, it's going to increase your performance potential. So it's going to take your ability to do the repetitions way through the roof. You're going to get stronger. You're going to have more endurance. And 2 scoops of Ignite is my go-to right before a workout because of these reasons. And so I use caffeine not as like some mindless subconscious habit that I just need caffeine, it's just part of my daily routine. I try to use it specifically and for a purpose, and that purpose is usually wanting to maximize the repetitions that I'm about to do in this workout, or B, and this is where the human life comes in, or B, I'm just really tired. And I got 3 kids and they're like pulling on my face, and I'm like, give me some caffeine so I can wake up and get things done and get my kids going and get out the door. Sometimes I need that. But most of the time it's 80 to 100 milligrams. Stay there. You don't need 500. You don't need 0. It really does help you in your workouts, like I said, which is why I don't recommend taking 0. If you can take a little booster and you can get those extra reps in.
Hey, it works. Okay. Question 2 done. We're going to go to a second exercise over on the other side of the
What are we doing
mat.
this time?
We're going to talk about the ab wheel. Because
Okay.
I know you at home want to get better at the ab wheel. Why? Because it literally is one of the best core exercises for you to do. Okay, so if this comes on your next core day, make sure you use these tips that I'm going to show you, and don't miss a rep. Okay, again, every rep counts when you go into Burn Boot Camp, and that only happens if you execute it the right way. So some tips I'm going to talk about the ab wheel. Okay, first of all is the position you start with. Okay, that's going to matter to where the tension is on your core, because I don't want it on my lower back. What you don't want to do is arch your back like a cow. Okay, so if I go out with this ab wheel in this position, all the tension is going to be on my lower back, and that's the opposite spot of where I want. I want to turn into a cat. I'm going to round my upper back. I'm going to hollow out my core, and the tension is going to be here, because this is what I want you to build right here, my core. So my knees are down. Notice the ab wheel is going to start where my knees are. I'm not going to start out here. Again, Devin talked about full range of motion earlier. Full range of motion for ab wheel is at your legs. Okay, so I'm going to keep that integrity of that cat position as I go out. And again, the range might differ depending on how strong your core is. Okay, I'm going to find that spot, and I'm going to bring it back to me. Also, your breathing helps you with the rep here. So as I go out, I'm going to hold my breath. I'm not going to exhale as I go out, because I'm going to show you why. I'm going to hold my breath. Okay, I'm going to be here. And when I hit my spot, to help me back to my starting position, I'm going to exhale back. And that's every rep. Okay, not only the hard reps you're going to use your exhale, but I'm going to get that cadence down from the start. So again, inhale, hold it, and then exhale as you come on back. Okay, so again, if you find yourself arching your back, slow it down, find that cat position again, tuck in, hollow out, and last thing is, if you bring your feet up, okay, and you're trying to build the strength of an ab wheel, bringing your feet up is not going to help you move the ab wheel forward and back easier. It's going to actually try to make it harder and might dump into your lower back. So I'm going to keep my feet grounded as I hold this cat position, again, and I'm going to exhale all the way back to my legs.
I think one tip that I want to add, just to round this out, is this is a great exercise for your abs, by the way. Like, if you haven't done an ab wheel, they're hard, but it's one of the best exercises you can do. All right, with that being said, time under tension works really well with this exercise. So Matt, why don't you go to about that half hold, that halfway point. So yeah, we want full range of motion when we're doing those reps. All right, but sometimes if we're just getting started, you're gonna go out and you're just gonna go halfway just to feel those abs, and you're gonna hold it for 5 seconds and then you're gonna go back, right? Because what I don't wanna do is have Matt try to go out too far, and what happens is his hands will go and his hips will stay back. Do you guys see that? All right, so bring it back underneath. He's gonna always bring his hips with him, but it is okay, although we want you in full range of motion, it's okay when you're building up to something to kind of stay in a quarter range of motion just for the purposes of time under tension. That's how we build muscle, and don't let anyone tell you different. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, question number 3. This is gonna be a very dynamic one. Woo! We're gonna go 3 best fat burning exercises. Since we're indoors here at the lab, we're not going to sprint, which is number 1, all right? Sprinting is number 1.
Love it.
Run as fast as you can. And guess what? It's free. It's free.
Sprinting's free.
You just go run. And I promise you, if you get good at running, and if you've ever seen an Olympic sprinter's body, then you're gonna know what I'm saying. When you get good at running, you turn your body into a metabolic machine. I'm not talking about jogging or steady state cardio. I'm talking about training, demanding sprinting to where you go from a starting line to a finish line as hard as you possibly can. I'm gonna call sprints anything a mile or under is a sprint, all right? If you want to maximize your time, then sprinting as hard as you possibly can for 5 minutes every day, oh, that's gonna maximize your time. You're gonna change your body doing that, okay? So I'm a big runner. I like running, but I don't like long distances. I like the short, hard sprints, especially for me as the owner of Burn Boot Camp. I have a very busy lifestyle, so I can't go running for like 12 miles a day. Okay, so that's number 1. Matt, let's go number 2.
Number 2, double unders. Again, if you've been a Burn Boot Camp member for a long time, this is a staple exercise of who we are as a brand. So double unders, and I guarantee me and Devan's mission is for every member you in Burn Boot Camp is to do 1 double under.
Just one.
Just 1.
We'll get started with 1.
Because 1 to 20 isn't a big jump. And you to do doubles compared to singles is like minor league baseball, major league baseball. Okay, so if you take doubles into your workout compared to singles, that workout's gonna be more intense. You're gonna burn more fat because your heart rate's gonna get higher. You're gonna be breathing a little faster. So Devan loves double unders. Again, why? Oh, on cue, look at that. Must be the ceiling. Must be the Jordans.
Must be the J's.
Must be the Jordans. He told me a little bit ago that he got over 300 double unders in a row. So again, what is a double under?
Okay, hold on.
The key thing, cues. Cues that I want you guys to practice.
Let me wake my body up. Let me wake my body up. Okay, here we go.
Devan's going to be on his spot the entire time. Okay, he's not drifting side to side. Elbows are tucked in. Shoulders are relaxed. His face is relaxed. Strong wrists. Okay, 1 jump, 2 doubles, 2 revolutions of that jump rope. And again, you get to a point where you string these together over and over and over again, you're going to feel a big difference in your workout.
Yes.
From a conditioning capacity.
So big performance people, we want to see you set performance goals.
Yes.
Weight loss is not important. We don't care about how much weight you lose. We don't care about how much you weigh. It's an irrelevant number. On the moon, you don't weigh that much. You're like practically weightless. So it's contextual. There's actually certain spots in the world where you weigh less than you would in other spots. I think it's like near the equator. So like let's take weight for what it is as a loose biomarker of health. But what I really want you to focus on is performance, because when you're focused on performance and everything that you can gain, weight loss becomes a byproduct of that. You don't even have to try. And it's actually not even weight loss, it's body fat loss. And I don't really care if you lose weight or not. What I want to see you do is build muscle and gain performance. Build muscle, gain performance. Do movements better. So instead of looking at a scale and saying, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds this year, I want to do 30 double unders in a row this year. Much better for you mentally. And when you start doing that physical challenge and it presents that difficulty, you have to become a different person to be able to go out and attack those things. So in a sense, you're developing your character. And that's why Matt and I, you'll hear us often say that there's 3 different types of working out, that there's activity, exercise, and training. Okay, in training, we want you to be focused on training. That means you're competing with yourself, competing you versus you every day. All right, that's number 2. So number 1 was sprint. Number 2 is a double under, and then, okay, Matt, I can't take number 3 from you.
Number 3, and maybe this isn't a specific exercise, but don't skip leg day, okay? And I know I might be a little biased on leg day, but why? Your time is an investment, okay? So your 45 minutes at Bird Boot Camp is an investment, okay? And the best bang for your buck from a muscle gaining, from a conditioning, from a fat burning perspective is leg day. You know what I'm talking about. On certain leg days, it feels like a conditioning day. Heart rate's up, you're using big muscle groups, and your legs are the vehicle of life. So if you got weak legs, I guarantee you're gonna break down later in life. And if you don't skip leg day, if you always hit it, not only you're gonna get the results from a fat burning perspective, but you are living your life more quality as you get older. So lower back won't hurt. You got strong glutes, strong hamstrings, strong quads. And again, investment. Best bang for your buck, don't skip leg day. It will help you burn the fat because that heart rate's gonna get up.
Okay, that is it for today's Trainer Talk. Look, your legs are the vehicle of life.
I love it.
By Matt Morris, quote of the day.
I love it.
We are glad that you guys are here spending some time with us. Hope that you had a whole lot of fun. Look back for Trainer Talk on the Burn Boot Camp podcast every single week. Matt, and I are here for you. Matt, take us out.
2 claps on 2. 1, 2.